tunes, and then the mighty Father John McNamee will come up and, as he always does, say stirring words and enlightening words and uplifting words. And you know, it's such an honour to be involved with this man and his work, his extraordinary mission, and all the people who work at St. Malachy's here and the wonderful school they have created. I can't believe it's been 28 years, but we're honoured to serve in a very small way in helping out this extraordinary mission. And I couldn't help but we were driving up through the different. Brenda had not been here before, and another Liz had come this way. And I remember what this place looked like 28 years ago with the Richard Allen projects, and Father McNamee and all the gang at St. Malachy soldiering on in the worst of times. And they're mighty people, and we're honoured to help them. To our sound crew, it'd be great, and we can all hear ourselves. Thank you very much. It's very hard to do sound in the church. We're going to sing 2 more songs after Mac finishes his words. But we always try to finish our concert with a tribute to the greatest, I suppose, the most famous Irish musician that ever lived in Philadelphia, the extraordinary Ed Reevy from Barney Grove in County Cavan. I was very honoured this summer to be asked back to the County Museum in Ballyjamestuff in County Cavan and tell the story of Ed. And I actually did a lot of interviews with him. And all the young fiddlers were out there. There must have been 25 or 30 young fiddlers. And they finished the evening with playing Ed's music back in his native County Cavan. It would have warmed his heart. Because, you know, when I met him first, he thought this beautiful music was going to die. He didn't see any young people playing it at that time. And, you know, his music is more alive than ever. And just back there in Ballyjamestuff, in the museum there, it was one of the most extraordinary evenings of music I've ever had in my life. I'd like to finish our little musical interlude here with a tribute to Ed. All of these tunes now that we're going to play, Ed composed them here. Never learned to read and write music, but out in what's now Poulton Village in Corktown, as it was known at the time, he started to write these tunes. He went down to the basement of his house in the evening time, and he had a gift. He took out the fiddle and the bow, and beautiful pieces of music would come to him, and he would build them. Then he'd play the tunes for his friends, and if they liked them, he'd keep them. If they didn't, that would be the end of it. And so he composed. We don't know how many tunes he composed, but all these tunes are played. I'll guarantee you one thing: if you have a session of Irish music, Billy, I think you'll probably agree, if there's a session of Irish music anywhere between here and Sydney, Australia, it's impossible not to have Ed's tunes played. Impossible. It couldn't happen. They would be played at some point. What an extraordinary gift to us all. This most humble and beautiful man here in Philadelphia. He died at the age of 90. He's buried out in Drexel Hill. Tribute to Ed Reevy.